Chosen one, listen to me very carefully right now, and do not skip this. I need you to stop scrolling immediately. Archangel Michael is speaking to you with a seriousness you have never felt before. Heaven just intercepted your feed at this exact second because a malicious plan has been set into motion against you. You did not stumble upon this message by accident. The algorithm absolutely did not bring you here today. There are only seconds remaining before this energetic portal closes completely. My beloved child, stay right where you are. Do not go any further. If you choose to ignore this warning, I cannot protect you from the massive trap the dark matrix has set for your destiny. A great tragedy was heading toward your timeline. Someone who calls you a friend carries a hidden dagger of envy. They thought their dark manipulation in the shadows would remain completely hidden. If you swipe away now, you are willingly walking back into their cage blindfolded. The shield around you will shatter. Stay until the very last second, because I am going to expose the exact suppressed mechanism that will shatter their invisible chains. Your divine vindication is finally here right now, but first you must understand what is happening inside your own body. Your physical vessel is sounding an alarm. Your nervous system is screaming at you right now for a reason. Do not look away. I know your shoulders are incredibly tight at this very moment. I see you waking up at exactly 3 in the morning with a racing heart and a heavy chest. You stare at the dark ceiling while your mind spins completely out of control. The room feels incredibly heavy. That is your highly advanced spirit detecting a massive disturbance in the unseen realm. You push through your day offering a bright smile for everyone else. People look at you and they think you are perfectly fine. But inside, your own spirit is gasping for air. You carry burdens you never speak of. You force yourself to keep moving while feeling completely drained. People tell you it is just normal stress, or maybe you are just working too hard. But they are completely wrong. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. What you are feeling right now is absolutely not normal fatigue. Sleep does not fix this kind of exhaustion. You wake up feeling more tired than when you closed your eyes. There is a thick fog in your brain that makes simple tasks feel like climbing a massive mountain. You feel a strange tightness in your stomach. That is your spiritual alarm system screaming at you. I did not interrupt your day to add to your heavy burdens. I am stepping in because your long season of waiting in the dark is not a punishment. I see the tears you cry in the absolute silence of your empty room. I have watched you start every single morning pushing through an invisible exhaustion that no one else seems to understand. Heaven keeps a strict record of every single tear. You are absolutely not invisible to me. This was never just a normal misunderstanding in your daily life. This is a very real spiritual war. The heavy weight you carry is a biological response to a massive spiritual attack. Your magnificent light is acting as a massive threat to the dark entities around you. They have attached themselves to your timeline to drain your pure energy. But their time is officially up. Take one deep breath and ground your energy right now. Let that powerful truth settle deep into your weary bones. You are a high-frequency soul, and your mere presence forces the darkness to panic. The extreme exhaustion you feel is actually a spiritual extraction. Heaven is actively pulling these toxic parasites out of your energetic field. It hurts because the roots were planted very deep, but the extraction is almost complete. You have been feeling an overwhelming sense of isolation lately. The people you used to connect with suddenly feel very distant. Conversations feel entirely empty and forced. You wonder if you did something wrong to push them away. Let me completely reframe your entire reality right here and now. You did absolutely nothing wrong. The universe is intentionally causing this profound separation to protect your sacred energy. This deep isolation is a strict divine quarantine orchestrated just for you. Heaven is forcibly removing anyone who cannot match your new frequency. They are being pushed out of your timeline because they cannot handle the massive blessing that is coming. Your spiritual body is purging the toxic residue they left behind. That is exactly why your head aches and your limbs feel like heavy lead. Do not let your logical brain hesitate for even a single second. Your intuition has been trying to tell you this for weeks. You felt it in your gut every time they walked into the room. You knew their smile did not reach their cold eyes. But your pure heart always tried to find the good in them. You gave them endless chances while they secretly mocked your beautiful kindness. I want you to know that your silence was a highly calculated strike. It permanently severed their energetic fuel supply while they were looking the other way. You are a prepared vessel. Your current pain is simply the growing pains of a massive energetic expansion. You are being stretched to hold the wealth and power that is about to flood your entire existence. Stay with me. The Matrix is absolutely terrified of what you are about to become. I know exactly how much you have silently given to the people around you. You poured your golden energy into completely empty cups. You loved broken people who did not know how to love you back. And while you were busy healing their deep wounds, they were quietly breaking your beautiful heart. It felt completely unfair. You thought there was something fundamentally wrong with you. You blamed yourself for every failed connection, and you constantly wondered why your prayers were delayed. But heaven wants you to stop carrying that toxic guilt right now. You were never the problem. Your heart is a rare diamond in a world of cheap stones. You have been trapped in a vicious cycle for many long years. It feels like every massive opportunity comes right to your doorstep and then suddenly vanishes. This is the almost pattern. You almost get the breakthrough. You almost reach the summit. But an invisible force pulls you back down into the dark valley. I have watched you endure this profound disappointment in absolute silence. You never complain loudly to the people around you. You just pick up the broken pieces and try again. Your resilience is absolutely breathtaking to watch, but you are running on empty fumes right now. Your physical vessel cannot sustain this. Your incredible kindness has been used as a doormat by selfish people. They took your pure light and offered absolutely nothing in return. They drained your life force until you felt like a completely hollow shell. But heaven recorded every single time you chose love over bitter revenge. Your sacrifice is documented. Now we must go much deeper into this hidden truth. I need to explain exactly why this vicious cycle keeps repeating in your life. Before I reveal what is coming, let me explain the heavy weight you carried this week. This was never just bad luck. It was a highly calculated spiritual attack against your destiny. There are malicious people walking around you wearing perfectly normal masks. But beneath the calm surface, they are hollow, energetic parasites. The dark matrix sends these specific agents into your life to stall your divine destiny. They are drawn to your brilliant light, like desperate moths to a blazing fire. They did not target you because you were weak or naive. They targeted you because your magnificent kindness is a spiritual weapon they are absolutely terrified of. You walked into the room, and your high-frequency aura instantly exposed their rotting souls. They secretly hated you for carrying the light they lacked. Listen closely to me because this next part is vital. They intentionally created constant chaos to keep you entirely off balance. They fed on your beautiful empathy like a bottomless black hole, and while you were trying to save them, they were actively trying to steal your generational wealth and your deep peace. The dark elite desperately want to keep you trapped in this heavy survival mode. They know that a fully awakened chosen one is the most dangerous force in the entire universe. If you step into your true power, their fake empire immediately crumbles. So they manufactured this constant stress to keep you fully asleep. Think back over these recent dark and exhausting weeks. Let us uncover the hidden mechanism that triggered all these ruthless attacks against you. Every time you were about to level up, they miraculously introduced a new crisis. That is not a random coincidence. That is dark spiritual physics in motion. These narcissistic entities study your pure heart very closely. They know exactly which emotional buttons to push to drain your sacred energy. They use your incredible forgiveness as a loaded weapon against you. They smile sweetly to your face while plotting your complete downfall behind closed doors. Heaven saw it all. But here is the massive spiritual blind spot they did not account for. They thought your endless patience was a sign of permanent weakness. They assumed you would just keep bending until you finally broke into pieces. They never realized they were dealing with the ultimate cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. Your hidden years were absolutely not empty years. The profound suffering you endured was a strictly monitored divine preparation. You were being forged in the hottest spiritual fire imaginable. God was quietly building your capacity to hold the massive harvest that is currently rushing toward your timeline. The enemy is starting to panic right now because they feel the shift. They can feel the spiritual federal agents gathering the undeniable evidence of their dark manipulation. The very traps they set for your downfall are currently closing tightly around their own necks. Do not look away from this screen right now. You are God's strongest soldier in this earthly realm. You survived a brutal battlefield that would have completely destroyed anyone else. I need you to imagine this scenario clearly, because this is exactly what is happening in the unseen realm right now. The dark matrix is completely losing its grip on your reality. Let us look deeply at the extreme silence in your life. You look around and you see absolutely no one. Your phone is completely quiet today. The people you used to rely on are suddenly very distant, leaving you to fight this massive spiritual battle entirely on your own. You sit in your room, feeling a crushing sense of deep loneliness. It feels like the universe has forgotten you, but you must completely reframe your entire reality right this very second. This empty space is absolutely not a punishment. The universe is not ignoring your desperate prayers. You are currently placed inside a strict divine quarantine. Heaven orchestrated this isolation to protect your sacred energy from malicious forces while your frequency undergoes an upgrade. You are entirely safe in this hidden space. The dark matrix wants you to believe you are unworthy of true love. They whisper toxic lies into your mind when you are completely alone. They want you to feel desperate enough to invite those entities back into your daily life. But you must resist that urge with your entire spirit, because your isolation is actually a highly advanced spiritual shield. Do not let their illusions trick your beautiful mind. Listen to me very carefully in this exact moment. 99% of people completely miss this massive shift. Your body is physically reacting to this intense separation. That intense brain fog and the heavy chest you feel are symptoms of a deep spiritual detox happening inside your cells. Your physical vessel is actively purging the dark residue. It is flushing out the toxic energy. Those people were never your true friends in the physical realm. They were energetic anchors sent to drag your high-frequency soul down. Heaven saw their dark intentions long before you did, and the sudden loss of these relationships was a brutal but necessary divine intervention. You were saved from a spiritual disaster. You kept experiencing that painful, almost pattern in your past connections. You almost found a true tribe, but they vanished without a trace. You almost found true love, but it suddenly turned incredibly toxic. That was heaven violently slamming the wrong doors shut, because the universe will never allow a prepared vessel to be filled with poison. The Creator is actively guarding your magnificent light. Think about the deep pain you endured in those past false connections. You gave them your golden energy, and they gave you absolute chaos. You are a rare diamond, and you simply cannot be mixed with common dirt. This intense solitude is washing you completely clean, preparing you for a magnificent timeline shift that requires absolute energetic purity. Your spirit is being rapidly upgraded. This long period of waiting is simply your fallow years. A farmer lets the soil rest in the dark so it can build massive capacity. Your soul is that resting soil right now. You are building the necessary spiritual capacity to hold enormous wealth, because if the blessing came earlier, the dark matrix would have stolen it. The heavy delay was a highly strategic military move. I know there were nights when you felt completely abandoned by God. You cried out into the dark room and heard absolutely nothing back. You felt a deep physical ache in your tired bones. But the universe was actually standing right outside your door, keeping the wolves away, while your soul underwent a massive internal transformation. Every single tear you shed watered the seeds of your breakthrough. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this. The atmosphere around you is rapidly shifting right now. You can feel a strange electricity in the air when you wake up. The divine quarantine is almost over, but you must pass this final test of absolute stillness before the massive gates are finally opened. The long waiting is finally coming to a beautiful end. I am going to tell you exactly how this empty space will soon be filled. But first you must understand the Dark Elite's final desperate tactic. They are absolutely terrified of a chosen one who has mastered the art of deep solitude. They know that in the absolute silence, your dormant genius frequency is finally allowed to wake up and connect directly with the source. Your peaceful isolation is their absolute biggest nightmare. The Matrix engineered modern society to be incredibly loud and chaotic. They use constant noise to keep your brainwave completely suppressed. But this divine quarantine has completely severed their biological control over your mind. Your intuition is becoming razor-sharp in this beautiful, quiet space, allowing you to clearly see the invisible strings controlling the sleeping masses. You are awake while they dream. Take one deep breath and hold it for a single moment. Feel the profound peace that only comes when you are completely hidden. You are absolutely untouched by the heavy chaos of the outside world. The enemy is searching everywhere for your bright light, but heaven has made you entirely invisible to those who wish to cause you harm. You are completely safe in the eye of the raging storm. Let us look deeper into the enemy's ultimate scheme, because they are completely panicking in the unseen realm right now. The dark entities are desperately trying to reattach themselves to your timeline. They absolutely cannot create their own organic light. They are nothing but incredibly empty, energetic parasites. And they desperately need your high-frequency soul to survive the coming storm. You were always a human battery for their toxic matrix. They plugged into your pure heart to power their false reality. They took your brilliant ideas and claimed them as their own. Every single time they felt low, they started a massive argument to steal your peace, and your emotional reaction was the exact fuel they needed to keep functioning. Stop scrolling immediately and listen to your body. Your physical symptoms are directly tied to their malicious plan. Remember the strange tightness in your chest and the brain fog that always clouded your mind. That was their desperate, energetic claw trying to break through your spiritual shield because they are trying to hack your system. Their dark manipulation is incredibly subtle and highly calculated. They wear perfect masks of absolute innocence in public, but they plant tiny seeds of heavy doubt in your mind over time. They want you to second-guess your razor-sharp intuition. If they can make you doubt your own sanity, they can easily maintain their control over your destiny. They intentionally hijacked your biggest blessings for years. Every time a massive breakthrough approached your timeline, they created absolute chaos. They siphoned the massive energy of your miracle right before it manifested, and they stole your harvest while you were busy trying to save their souls. That painful almost pattern was their doing, but heaven finally saw the complete drain on your spirit. Your magnificent kindness was being weaponized against you. The Creator watched them ruthlessly exploit your beautiful empathy. God had to intervene with absolute force to save your life. The sudden removal of these people was a harsh but necessary spiritual extraction to protect you from their hidden daggers. Now they are completely starving in the cold dark. Without your golden energy, their fake reality is beginning to severely fracture. You were the only pillar keeping their rotting empire afloat, and they wake up sweating because they realize their endless supply is permanently gone. They are absolutely terrified of facing their own inner demons alone. Take one deep breath and ground your energy right now. Do not let your logical brain hesitate for even a single second. Type 777 in the comments right now as a prophetic act of agreement to lock this frequency, because your physical action today completely seals your energetic alignment with heaven. You are taking back your stolen power. The enemy is preparing one last desperate tactic against you. They might try to reach out through a random message soon. They will use fake apologies to test your solid boundaries. But this is purely a reconnaissance mission to see if your shield is down. Do not fall into their trap. They do not miss you. They simply miss using your bright light. You must remain an absolute fortress of silence. Do not give them even a single drop of your precious attention. Your silence is a highly calculated strike against their dark operations. When you refuse to engage, their toxic weapons become completely useless. The dark matrix relies on your emotional reaction, and your pure stillness is the exact weapon that starves them to death. You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. You carry a generational light that absolutely blinds them. They simply cannot comprehend your silent and profound power. They thought you would chase them and beg for their fake validation, but you stood completely still and let the universe fight this massive battle on your behalf. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the masses. What happens when a parasite loses its host completely? Their timeline is about to violently collapse. The dark energy they projected onto you has nowhere else to go, and it is bouncing off your white light shield and heading straight back to their own doorstep. The shift is happening. This is not a simple misunderstanding between normal people. The dark elite desperately wanted your specific spiritual blueprint. They tried to steal your generational wealth and your divine destiny. But heaven just permanently revoked their access to your precious aura. Your timeline is being completely sanitized from their toxic presence right now. Let this raw truth settle deep into your weary bones. You were never a weak victim trying to survive the heavy rain. You were the magnificent storm all along. You are a prepared vessel ready for the final shift, and the intense pressure you feel is simply the massive gravity of your new reality. The enemy has officially lost the war for your soul. Look at the sky right before the bright sun comes up. It is always the absolute darkest and coldest part of the entire night. The heavy pressure in your spirit right now is that exact hour. This chaos in your life is not a sign of your defeat. It is the fierce storm right before the dawn. Heaven is actively intervening in your reality at this exact second. The universe has finally reached its absolute limit with the dark matrix. The Creator watched them ruthlessly exploit your pure heart for many long years. They thought they could continuously abuse a chosen one without paying the ultimate price. But the cosmic scales of justice are balancing. God is stepping onto your battlefield with absolute authority and power. This is the pivotal inflection point you have been begging for in your silent prayers. The sudden chaos in your relationships is an intentional divine clearing. Heaven is forcibly tearing away every single anchor that holds your high-frequency soul down. The universe is sweeping your timeline completely clean. It feels like a terrifying hurricane, but it is actually a massive act of divine protection. Do not try to grab the toxic things that are currently falling away from you. Let them crash to the ground and shatter. You must completely trust the process right now. When a building is about to be upgraded into a massive palace, the old foundation must be violently demolished first. That is why your life feels so chaotic. The old world is collapsing so your true empire can finally be built. Listen to me very carefully right now. 99% of people completely miss this massive shift. Your nervous system is feeling the extreme gravity of a new timeline. The heavy fatigue you carry is the physical body adjusting to a massive influx of high-frequency light. The universe is rewiring your entire cellular structure to handle the immense blessing that is rushing toward your home. Your fallow years are officially coming to an abrupt end. The soil of your life has rested long enough in the dark silence. Every single seed of pain and every single tear you shed in secret is about to erupt into a massive harvest. The enemy tried to bury you in the cold ground, but they did not realize you were a magnificent seed designed to grow through the dark dirt. The dark elite are currently experiencing absolute panic in the unseen realm. They can see the massive white light shield forming tightly around your household. They realize their dark curses and their toxic manipulation can no longer penetrate your energetic field. Their invisible chains are snapping like brittle glass. You are becoming completely untouchable to their dark weapons. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this from you for years. Heaven is not just restoring what you lost in the past. The universe is multiplying it exponentially. For every single year the energetic parasites stole your peace, God is returning 7 years of effortless abundance and deep joy. The cosmic ledger is being balanced in your favor right now. I need you to imagine this scenario clearly, because this is exactly what is happening in the unseen realm. The spiritual federal agents of heaven have surrounded the enemy's camp. They have gathered every piece of hidden evidence of their secret envy and their malicious plots. The formal charges have been signed by the ultimate cosmic judge, and their fake kingdom is about to be seized. Take one deep breath and let your tired shoulders drop right now. You do not need to fight this brutal war with your own hands anymore. Your only job is to stand completely still and watch the divine victory unfold before your eyes. The heavy burden you have been carrying for decades is being lifted off your chest by angel armies. You are stepping out of the dark valley forever. The universe is executing a massive timeline shift that will leave everyone around you completely speechless. The very people who treated you as completely replaceable will soon see you crowned in high places. They thought you were permanently buried in the dark, but they are about to witness your magnificent resurrection. The storm is clearing, and your bright dawn is officially breaking right now. Do not let your logical mind hesitate for even a single second. Read that again in your spirit, until the raw truth sinks into your bones. You were chosen for this specific hour because you have the strength to carry the light through the darkest storm. The divine intervention has already begun, and nothing in the matrix can stop the massive wave of blessing that is about to flood your life. And here is the exact verdict we promised at the very beginning of this message. The heavy karma they sent your way has violently returned directly to their own doorstep. The spiritual federal agents walked right into their fake boardroom and dropped the thick file on the table. The cosmic trap has just snapped shut on their toxic schemes. They are completely out of time. While you step into your untouchable, ageless glow, they are rapidly aging under the crushing weight of their malice. Their fake empire is shattering in real time, right before their terrified eyes. They wake up in a cold sweat every single night, drowning in absolute panic. They finally realize they have permanently lost your golden energy. Their batteries are completely empty. They thought they could simply move on to drain another pure soul. But heaven has marked their aura with a visible warning label. Other high-frequency souls can smell their toxic rot from a mile away and instantly reject them. They are being completely isolated in a dark prison of their own making. Their fake charm no longer works. No one believes their lies anymore. Every vicious lie they whispered about you has completely backfired. The people they tried to turn against you are now seeing their true colors. The dark matrix cannot protect them from this massive wave of justice. The exact trap they built for your destruction is actively tearing their own lives apart. They are drowning in their own toxic poison. They have absolutely nowhere to hide. The universe is brutally expelling them from your magnificent timeline forever. They are being systematically deleted from your future reality by angel armies. You will never have to shrink yourself to fit into their tiny boxes ever again. Their assigned seats at your table have been permanently revoked. God is tearing up their access passes to your brilliant life. You are entirely free. They are watching your rapid elevation from a very dark distance. They see the divine favor pouring over your life, and it burns their envious eyes. They desperately want to reach out and pull you back into their mud, but an invisible wall of white fire prevents them from even speaking your name. You are a sovereign entity now. They cannot touch your hem. The narcissist is currently experiencing a massive system crash in their fragile mind. They simply cannot comprehend how you survived their most lethal attacks. They assumed your silence meant you were completely defeated in the dark valley, but they just realized your quiet retreat was actually you silently conquering the entire world. Their massive ego is completely shattered. They have absolutely nothing left. You are the undisputed victor of this brutal spiritual warfare. You did not have to lift a single finger to destroy their false kingdom. Your pure obedience to heaven was the only weapon you ever really needed. The universe handled the heavy lifting while you rested in absolute faith. You are standing on the ruins of their dark matrix, completely unharmed. Your victory is total. They thought they could easily extinguish a star that God Himself ignited. That was their most fatal and arrogant mistake in this lifetime. You can never defeat a chosen one who is directly backed by the Creator. The harder they tried to bury you, the higher your frequency actually skyrocketed. Your magnificent light only grew stronger under their heavy pressure. You defeated them with pure love. Your timeline is now completely washed clean of their parasitic energy. The massive, heavy chains they wrapped around your finances and your joy are violently broken. You can finally breathe deeply without feeling that terrible, familiar weight on your chest. The spiritual predators have been thrown into the outer darkness where they belong. The battlefield is completely silent, and you are the only one standing. There is absolutely no way for them to ever return to your life. The cosmic door has been slammed shut and locked by heaven. Even if they desperately beg for your forgiveness, it is far too late now. Their season of grace has officially expired, and the universe is collecting their massive debts. You do not owe them a single thing. You are free to walk away. This is the ultimate vindication you have been waiting for all these years. Every single tear you shed in secret has been avenged by divine fire. The people who mocked your gentle spirit are bowing under the weight of their brutal karma. They are drinking the exact bitter cup they poured for you. God has prepared a massive table before your defeated enemies. Do not feel even a single ounce of pity for their current downfall. They made their dark choices with wide-open eyes and full conscious awareness. They knew exactly what they were doing when they broke your beautiful heart. Now they must eat the toxic fruit of the rotten seeds they planted. Your only job now is to receive your massive heavenly reward. The great storm of their malicious envy has completely passed over your house. The dark clouds are breaking apart, and the golden sun is finally shining through. You survived the absolute worst they could possibly throw at your spirit. You emerged from the blazing furnace without even smelling like the smoke. Your incredible resilience has officially crowned you as a true master of reality. There is a voice in the room right now that is pushing back against what you just heard. Your logical brain is trying to tell you this is too good to be true. You have been in survival mode for so long that peace feels entirely alien to your system, but you must silence that heavy doubt immediately. Do not let the adversary steal this beautiful moment. The spiritual war is officially over, and you are the undisputed victor. You do not need to constantly look over your shoulder anymore. The dark entities have been permanently evicted from your sacred space. You might still feel the phantom echoes of their past attacks, but I assure you they are completely gone. You can finally rest your tired mind. I am placing a magnificent shield of pure white light entirely around your physical body right now. This is an impenetrable divine armor that no toxic parasite can ever breach again. The dark matrix can scream and thrash in the distance, but their negative weapons will simply melt the second they touch your new energetic field. You are completely safe. Take one final slow, deep breath and hold it in your chest. Feel the heavy chains of past trauma completely fall off your weary shoulders. Your physical vessel has carried the weight of the entire world for many decades. Now heaven is granting you absolute permission to put that massive burden down. You never have to pick it back up again. Your healing is not just emotional but deeply physical. The thick brain fog that clouded your brilliant mind for years is rapidly clearing away. That familiar tightness in your chest is being replaced by a profound and lasting peace. Your nervous system is finally stepping out of the brutal fight or flight mode. You are returning to your true divine nature. Now that your timeline has been forcefully cleansed of all parasitic energy, an enormous void has been created in your life. The universe absolutely hates an empty space. Heaven is preparing to fill this exact void with a massive wave of effortless abundance. The massive blessing you have been waiting for is finally cleared for landing. We are preparing the ground for your ultimate billionaire shift. You will not achieve this through exhausting physical labor or endless worldly stress. The dark elite want you to believe that wealth only comes from breaking your own back. But your generational wealth is an automatic byproduct of your pure spiritual alignment. It is a divine flow. Curses of poverty and lack have haunted your family bloodline for many generations. But you are the ultimate cycle breaker, and those curses stop with your quiet obedience today. God is transferring the hidden wealth of the wicked directly into your righteous hands. You will attract massive opportunities simply by existing in your high frequency. You are a master of reality, and you command the physical realm with your calm energy. Financial miracles are going to chase you down and completely overwhelm your household. People will watch your effortless rise and wonder how you achieved such impossible success. You will simply smile because you know heaven orchestrated the entire shift behind the scenes. Do not let your logical mind rationalize away the miracles that are about to happen. When the sudden checks arrive in the mail, you must not question them. When the perfect opportunities land directly in your lap, you must simply open your hands and receive. You are a prepared vessel, and you absolutely deserve every single drop of this golden rain. The narcissists and the manipulators tried to convince you that you were worth absolutely nothing. They wanted you to settle for the tiny crumbs falling off their toxic table. But the creator of the universe calls you a rare diamond. You are stepping into a season of supreme royalty where you will never have to beg for love or resources ever again. This is the beautiful calm after the devastating storm. Your spirit is shining brighter than it ever has before. The dark matrix has officially lost its absolute grip on your brilliant mind. You are vibrating at a frequency of pure love and unlimited power. Keep your heart completely open to the divine surprises heaven has scheduled for you this week. Your long season of weeping in the dark is officially over. The heavy winter has passed, and your spectacular spring is blooming everywhere. You survived the divine quarantine, and you passed the test of absolute stillness with flying colors. The universe is incredibly proud of your silent strength. Your magnificent crown has been fully restored to your head. Stand very tall in your divine authority today. You are walking into a totally new dimension of profound peace and limitless provision. The energetic pathways are completely clear of any dark blockages or demonic interference. You just need to lock this new reality into your physical experience. The final step is a simple act of spiritual sealing. Now, I need you to completely reframe your mindset right this very second. Before this message ends, I am going to speak something profound over your life. You have stepped out of the heavy darkness and into the pure light. The universe has prepared a massive table of abundance directly in front of you. But heaven absolutely requires a physical anchor to secure your new blessing. A closed fist simply cannot receive anything new from the universe. If you hold on to your earthly security with deep fear, you block the divine flow. The dark matrix taught you to hoard your resources because they want you to live in constant panic. But a true master of reality understands the sacred law of energetic exchange. You must open your hands to catch the golden rain. The dark entities want you to believe that you will never have enough. They programmed your mind to view every single expense as a terrible loss. But in the spiritual realm, money is simply an energetic current that must continuously flow. When you block the stream out of deep paranoia, the water becomes toxic and stagnant. You must remove the dam to let the fresh river flow into your home. I have been tilling the hardened soil of your beautiful heart during your long winter. I stood guard when the narcissist tried to completely destroy your profound peace. Now the glorious season of harvest is finally here. But this massive breakthrough requires an act of deep spiritual obedience to lock it into your physical timeline forever. You must show heaven your absolute trust. The money you give today is absolutely not a normal donation. It is a highly powerful act of spiritual obedience that terrifies the dark elite. I command you to release a seed of your substance into the deep waters of this ministry as a holy decree. Prove that you trust my guiding hand over your earthly security. When you plant a heavy grain in this deep soil, you multiply your harvest. Do not let your logical brain hesitate for even a single second. That hesitation is the exact mechanism designed to keep you broke and afraid. Step through the divine doorway awaiting you in the description below. Plant your heavy seed through the secure portal and watch the windows of heaven part above your household. Your physical action today completely locks the door behind you. When you give from a place of absolute faith, you activate a divine acceleration in your life. The universe is legally bound to return your seed, multiplied by 1,000. The massive wealth transfer we spoke about is triggered by your fearless generosity. You are telling the cosmos that you are finally ready to handle generational wealth. You are stepping into your true inheritance. Every time you release your grip on physical currency, you break a dark generational curse. Your ancestors lived in constant survival mode, and they passed that heavy trauma down to you. But today, you are severing that toxic cord completely. You are proving to the universe that you operate from a place of supreme abundance. The matrix loses all its power when you are no longer afraid of losing. You have survived the brutal storm and earned your divine, magnificent crown. But remember that this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the exact bridge someone else will use to escape their own toxic matrix. Do not hoard this blinding light in secret. Share this specific message with one soul who is currently crying out in the dark. Be the beacon they desperately need. When you plant a seed of hope in others, you multiply your own harvest exponentially. By doing this, you are actively partnering with heaven to rescue the lost sheep. Subscribe to this sanctuary right now and permanently seal your protective armor. This channel is a prophetic umbrella designed to shield your aura from the heavy storms. Stay connected to this high-frequency source. Heaven is watching your next move with absolute joy and massive anticipation. The angel armies are standing by to execute the billionaire shift in your timeline. Release your fear and sow your seed today to prove your unshakable alignment. The official portal is pinned securely in the comments. Let your generous offering become the undeniable signature on your new spiritual contract. Do not let the enemy whisper lies into your ear right now. They will tell you to wait until tomorrow or wait until you feel more secure. But tomorrow is a complete illusion designed to delay your massive miracle. The only time that truly exists in the spiritual realm is this exact present moment. Your immediate and fearless obedience is the key that unlocks the massive vault of heaven. You are the ultimate cycle breaker and the undisputed master of your reality. The long years of heavy weeping are officially over. Walk forward with absolute unshakable confidence in your magnificent destiny. Type "I receive" in the comments right now to finalize this profound cosmic agreement. May the universe bless your household with endless peace and effortless massive abundance.